And that brings us to our 7 Up Front segment tonight. Schools continue to face a number of challenges during the pandemic, including a divisive society. So we're joined by David Hecker, the president of the American Federation of Teachers of Michigan. David, thank you for joining us tonight.
Good evening, Glenda. Thanks for having me.
Some school staff, school boards dealing with that threat over enforcement of mask mandates. Can you tell us about the Federation's stance on this?
Well, we're all for free speech, obviously. We're all for intelligent discourse. But when it comes to the issues of COVID, when it comes to the issue of teaching the truth about racism, things are getting way out of hand. At a school board meeting in Zeeland, one speaker said they were going to contact the Michigan militia if the school board didn't change their position. In Birmingham, a speaker equated the work of the school board in a position they were taking to Hitler. In Grand Haven, the president of the school board resigned because of what was going on at school board meetings. We need to have intelligent discourse about these issues. We need civility. Luckily, this is a vocal minority, but a vocal minority could upset things like they're doing. In addition to doing this the right way, we need to do it the right way because we need to show our kids, the students, how you behave, how you have intelligent discussion. It's not threatening to call in the Michigan militia or equating someone's statement to Hitler.
And that is the big part of the conversation that's being missed here, is that little eyes are watching us all.
That's right. That's right.
And the teachers feeling threatened themselves.
Absolutely. It's school board members. As you would guess, Glenda, through the years, we disagree with school board members on some issues. We have good discussions about it, but there are people who are giving their time voluntarily to help run our schools. But you're right. I mean, educators feel this as well. When they see how a vocal minority in the community is acting, that impacts them as well.
And even, we're talking about the staffing shortages. Every day on our air in schools, the state superintendent recently sending out a letter to retired teachers, inviting them back to the classroom. We're interested in hearing your perspective on this. I mean, do you anticipate many former teachers coming back?
Well, we applaud Superintendent Michael Rice's effort to reach out to teachers who were certified, no longer teaching, their certification has lapsed. So he has made it easier, standards, but easier to come back into the classroom. And I understand from the department that about 220 people have come back. So it's a Band-Aid. It's one piece of what needs to happen to address the shortage. But what we need to think about is, why is there a shortage? One reason is the lack of adequate and equitable funding. That means the lack of resources in schools. That means teachers and other educators and staff at schools not getting the kind of compensation they should be getting. There has been an attack on teacher voice, a good deal of that attack during Governor Snyder's 8 years in office, undercutting the ability of teachers to have a strong voice on education matters and how districts operate. And then there's how we conduct education in general, stressing standardized testing, a lack of mentoring for new teachers. Teachers want to be in the classroom and teaching. They love to teach. They love the kids. They don't want to be teaching to a test. And then when you add those three factors, when you add the lack of civility at too many school board meetings to those factors, you could sort of understand why there's a teacher shortage. And the pipeline, there's been a drastic reduction in the number of students in schools of education. So it's not like we have a healthy pipeline coming in. So this, as you raised, Glenda, is a major, major issue. And it predated COVID, perhaps exacerbated by COVID, but it long predated COVID.
Yeah, and really, David, I mean, there is a way to disagree as an adult, peacefully.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we thank you so much for your time tonight. We continue to support your efforts in educating our children. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you, Glenda. Thanks so much. Good night.
All right.